Don't you think they're having a problem? Don't you think they're having a problem?
Yeah. The video is there now, the audio.
Is what is lacking.
Yes. Hello, Musa. Musa Joe. Wow. Hello, Musa Joe.
You don't have a phone to call him.
I have to call him with this phone.
Yeah. Testing. Testing. I think they can hear. I think they're having a problem.
The best thing to do is for them to exit and rejoin the live. It might work better.
Musa Joe. That's the maximum of the voice. I've raised the voice. Musa Joe, they are not hearing us.
Why?
And the mic is on. I don't know call. Let me call him.
But he got the phone before was going. Many of the earlier ones, I mean, one problem is the same system.
But the same, no? Normally they are
This could be considered.
Fatou non ñu si ñoom la ñoo dégga ñoom ñu ngi leen a dégga waaye ñoom déggaanguñu am nga ligne bi tëju waaw non yow non ñun am nañ leen waaye ñoom ñu ngi leen a dégga ñoom dégguñu
Yeah, at the moment, now the data as well. We heard Sami. Had the chance to say something. So if there's anyone that wants to participate a little before the Honorable gets back online, we will actually end. Thank you.
Nata bi program la proka organize kunniwul be soto ka mele nga patient dila demanding ang sabari demanding murula nan bi nak albe chance to la le ko honorable Halifa Sallah nyinin ka rol la meli alo ko wala bal bulu last time anata le mi alo ko nyanta ka nyinin ka rol ke bari nga muta jamba ke le time o data so nyinin ka rol man na ke no ko be nyanta ka nyame so bari bi inshallah after introduction be lainol yele la le pour momon ding bal sere de la momon ding be request la duma just patient ali manyo munya demande mbal be sile de la le alwala nyinin karol nyinin kala mba try la pour honorable dan jabiro nyin kala jampa ba ke ba jela ko mo jama se jabir nyinin karol fatalo be alo ko ido kala so programme nyin ngalo na leta o dari lo kamala mba musla nyato demande pour ka en mbal be te plan ba dayla ni programme PDOIS BU media wala organize comme do yes anyi tan saba anin kono to men so do wala be keri hansani donation or fanal be continuer ne mo wondi bila bar ko do mi alon ko ibe lifu wala do tan saba nin kono do kata way santola isa wondo dino batiola ke kata kol melke ani be pareri pour kata kol melke ka falen di sobe na de Gambia kol be share ngelo dal data ko do la bari mo to yo pati na masino mal so na ko Halifa ko ini karol be ya ko wala be dendi mol sa keno pour ka tamandir nya fani o tamandir nya fani ni ko do ko rene kabrin do ilo da ko kane ko da bi parce que na lula ko be na tamandir nya ko be wala mo ka tamandir nya fani da da fana ni Gambia nan pare ta ko natural de moy kam so dia wato da
Testing.
Safiyon.
Testing.
Safiyon.
Testing.
hearing you loud and clear. Just listening today and she will start right away.
Okay.
Good evening. Can you hear us?
You can answer. Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome on board for another edition of Day at 39 and the way forward. It is an honor to have you today, as always. And without further ado, since we have been waiting a while and we won't want to keep you very long, we would just like to start with asking you, what are your assessment of Gambia's current situation?
It is significant to begin where we should begin and then get into what you have just asked, if you would allow me to do so. I was initially invited to address not only DOI members, but the world at large on what gave birth to PDOIS. We spoke lengthily, and today I am told that your program is coming to an end. I would like to emphasize that every beginning has an end. But the end of every beginning is the beginning of another beginning. Nothing is more important today than to assess the very initiative that you've taken to commemorate the birth of PDOIS. 39 years is the beginning of a journey from youthful age to middle age. This is the time that one assumes all the responsibilities of family, of community, of nations. It is therefore symbolic that we are commemorating Doi at 39. We will not do justice to this day without remembering all those people who contributed to bring Doi to where we are today, many of whom have departed. We cannot name them individually, but we will name them severally and assure them that what they had given their lives for will always be kept alive by others who are here today. I attended a funeral recently, and when I turned my back, a young man who is in his 30s, late 20s, early 30s, came to me and said, I am a law student, third-year law student, in the University of the Gambia, but the person who has just departed is my father. He is my comrade. I am going to assure you today that a comrade has departed, but another one is here to join you. I would want all of you to remember all those people who left and be more determined today to ensure that the cause they gave their life for will triumph as they wished. Today, in concluding, before you open your lines for any question or contribution, I would like to emphasize that this commemoration should not end without the narrative being controlled by Doi. We must leave here today knowing fully well that 4 fundamental principles underlie the existence of Doi. 3 are reflected in its constitution, and 1 by its practice. I would like to underscore those 4 fundamental principles. We have emphasized that Doi came into being because of the absence of a government that recognizes that this country is owned by the people, that the ocean, the land, and the airspace belong to all of us, that sovereignty of our land is deposited in us, and it is our duty to utilize might, mind, heart, and willpower to ensure that we maintain ownership of our country. Not only to maintain ownership, but to ensure that all its resources will benefit her children. Fundamentally then, DOI-S was pursued throughout, and that's the socialism, to underscore ownership of the country by the people, and use any other word that you may wish to utilize. But again, we would want every Gambian to remember that we are told that this country that they say would constitute 11,285 square kilometers, still with a question mark, because we have not negotiated with Senegal to demarcate our borders. We will take it as given belongs to the Gambian people. That the ocean, with a territorial waters of 12 nautical miles, contiguous zone of 24 nautical miles, 200 nautical miles, exclusive economic zone, belongs to the Gambian people. We have the fish. Very recently, a company claimed that it can generate over 300 megawatts of electricity from the waters, our territorial waters. That's all we need to be able to ensure that Gambia has all the electricity it needs. We have seen the Chinese building solar station. We can utilize hydroelectric power, wind, renewable energy. That's what government should actually help us to do, to lead a nation so that we'll have the food that we need, the water we need, electricity we need, everything that makes life worth living. And that is why fundamentally, we're saying that it's a matter of policy to find out what policies we should initiate to ensure that what is in our waters, land and airspace will be harnessed so that no Gambian will be left behind. Each of us will get the benefit that we ought to live in liberty and prosperity. That's number one. We've emphasized that it is important for Gambia to have the right to self-determination and independence. That is inconceivable until we are able to manage our own lives. I would want to emphasize to you today that the reason why PDOIS, the I is independence, is made as a fundamental goal is because we are yet to achieve it. 2023, we imported over $51 billion worth of goods and exported only 5-point-something billion, having a deficit of over 46 billion. In 2024, we imported over 68 billion and exported only 3-point-something billion, having a deficit of 64 billion. We are importing $4.8 billion worth of rice, even mineral water over 300 million. When all these boreholes, all these streams, all underground water, that should be the envy of the world. So we are still dependent. That is why we cannot even pay for our imports. We have to rely on the IMF for import cover. In June, they talked about giving us $63 million. This is the type of assistance we are receiving from the IMF, $63 million. If you have 350,000 tourists coming to the Gambia, if you had governments that really think of how to generate income, resources, to ensure that we have self-reliant, self-determined development. This is just an example. Descriptions. You will be able to have 12.5 billion